So let me show you a map of the before and after for most searched Democratic candidate on Google. So this was before the second debate. You have Biden by a mile, just by so much. Then you have Tulsi, then Kamala. Okay, and then let's take a look at after the debate. It's Tulsi in every single state. Tulsi in every single state. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the last time she was on the debate stage, the same thing happened. She was the most searched candidate. Now, why do you think that is? I have an answer. My answer is she hasn't been on the stage with Bernie at all. And every time she's on stage, she is the most interesting candidate of the lot that's on stage. She is the one willing to take the positions that others aren't willing to take. She is the one that's eviscerated Tim Ryan on the issue of war. Eviscerated Kamala on her record as a prosecutor. So, yeah, you know what the logical reaction to that is? People go, if they don't know her, they go, who's this? Let me read some more. So, that's my answer. You want to know why? Occam's razor. Maybe people looked her up because they thought she's the most interesting and I want to see more about her. Couldn't get a more simple, straightforward, obviously true answer. Well, mainstream media goofballs disagree. Here's what Seth Abramson said. This guy's, I believe, a writer at Newsweek. He says, as these startlingly different maps suggest, there's a concerted far-right effort, possibly involving foreign actors, to bolster Tulsi Gabbard. I'm not blaming Gabbard for this, and I don't think anyone should, but we also have to be honest about what's happening. Except you just made that up. So you're not being honest about it. You just made it up. You can't fathom that somebody finds her genuinely interesting because you don't find her genuinely interesting. So you're projecting and saying, well, everybody agrees with me and likes me and has my establishment sensibilities, so obviously people can't look her up in good faith because they're interested in what she said. It has to be, and I quote, a concerted far-right effort, possibly involving foreign actors. You know what that one means, right? Russia! Oh, Russia! Blame Russia for everything we don't like. Yeah. Do you hate illegal and offensive wars? Well, Russia thanks you for doing their bidding. I'm so tired of this, man, because they're so lazy. They don't even come up with points that give me pause. They don't even come up with points where I go, damn, that's a good argument. Let me look further into this and see if it's true. They just hit you with the most absurd, comical, caricatured media narrative imaginable. That she's some sort of... Now the new conspiracy is she's like a Manchurian candidate and she'll run as an independent if/when she drops out of the Democratic race. All of this is made up. They don't know. They have no idea what they're talking about. A far-right effort. Where's your evidence? It's a far-right effort, possibly involving foreign actors, to bolster Tulsi Gabbard. It most certainly is not that she had really good moments on the debate stage, like when she obliterated Tim Ryan in the first debate and when she obliterated Tulsi's or Kamala's record as a prosecutor in the second debate. It can't be that because I don't like that, so other people must not like that. Not everybody is you, Seth Abramson, with your ridiculous establishment sensibilities. These guys, in order to be in mainstream media, the groupthink is so strong that they look at people like me and they're like, they think I'm just way beyond the pale. But what's hilarious is when you actually look at my record of predictions, I would put my record against anybody's record of predictions. So even though I'm right about stuff constantly, no matter what, immediately up front, it's just dismissal and laughter. That's what it is. But they're just sitting there basking in the scent of their own farts, acting like they nailed it. And they didn't nail it, and they're ridiculous people. And to anybody who's really objective about following politics, they look at stuff like he just said here, and they go, oh my God, you're the ridiculous one, as you smugly assume that, the outsiders are the ridiculous ones. See, this is what happens when you take down one of their beloved candidates who they really have pinned their hopes on for the establishment centrists to move forward. This is what happens. You take out that candidate, and man, do they get vicious and do they get silly. I like the weird little attempt to deflect criticism at the end when he's like, no, I'm not blaming Tulsi. But what I am saying is there might be a foreign effort to, really bolster her, and, there's a far right effort as well. I'm not saying it's her fault, but I am saying that, she's a candidate that nobody's actually genuinely interested in, obviously. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. And of course, you want to talk about fake news? Here's fake news. And there's no consequences for it. None at all. None at all. Not even close. Nobody will mention anything to him and say, hey, man, reel it in a little bit. You need evidence. You need facts to make these claims. Nope. None of that will happen. So that's why you come here to get your political conversation and news, because at least I'm not this guy.